Hey guys, it's me, Gerald the Weeb here. I'm back again with another video. Okay, I've been having homework all week, so I told you guys I'll be uploading on Saturday. And this will be the final part of part 1 of JoJo. And now, let's just get straight into it. I'm going to make this video 10 minutes, because it's a very sad one. I'm still crying about what I'm about to do. Okay, last time we left off, the Jay Butler sneaked on the ship with Arena and Jonathan, but Jonathan and Arena do not know that Jay sneaked aboard the ship. And now Jay's assistant, Wang Chang, that's his name. I made sure to look it up because I forgot his name. And also, I'm not being weird. It's his real name, Wang Chang. The person who saved Jay the Butler, or should I say Jay the Head, because he's just the head now. So Jay the Head, I'm gonna call him that. Escaped, like I said, and Dio's like on the other side of the world because they're at the ocean. They're at the middle of the ocean, going to America. Anyway, so Dio, Jonathan is just coming down for dinner because it's been a couple hours since they've been on the ship. And I don't know what Jonathan and Arena were doing in their room, so I'm just gonna skip over that. They were probably just talking or something. And now they're going down to eat dinner because that's what they did back in the 1800s. Everyone goes to eat at the same time. Anyway, so Jonathan and Arena are starting to eat, and now Jay the butler says, "Okay, Jay the Head. I mean, he says, okay, it's time to put my plan into motion." So Jay is in a casket with Wang Cheng. Wang Cheng said, "Okay," uses his weird power. He has a strong string or something, if I'm correct. He has a string, and he uses it to attack one of the people who are working on the ship. And the person who got attacked died because he hit him with a string straight through the heart, and he said, "Oh, what is this?" And then he collapsed like. So no one didn't hear because they're all eating and talking loud. There was a net in my face, so I blew it away. Anyway, so they were just talking out. They were just talking, so they couldn't hear the body drop. But the person next to him saw it. Like, what is this? And then Wang Cheng sliced the other guy's throat. This is starting to get bloody. So there was no one guarding the casket, or what do you call it? Yeah, the grave. The castic. Actually, I'm just gonna call it their tombstone. There we go. They're in a no. I'm not gonna edit this out. It's castic. Castic. I'm gonna work on my words. I need to work over it. Anyway, so Jonathan was like, "Oh, I'm really loving this food. It's so good, Arena. You should try it." So Jonathan feeds macaroni and cheese because Jonathan never had mac and cheese before. He said, "Here, try it." And Arena tries it and says, good. And so one of the passengers were walking back to go with their one of their husbands, and a woman with a baby and her husband are walking back to their rooms because they are finished eating. And now all we hear is screaming, "Ah! There's 2 dead bodies!" The woman screamed. And then the other woman with the baby said, "Oh my God, there really is." And then her baby started to cry, like, "Wah! Wah!" Okay, the baby did not sound like that. And then the woman said, "Don't worry, Elizabeth. You're alright. You're alright, Elizabeth." And so the husband said, "Okay, we need to get out of here." Well, the one with the baby. And also the other one says, "Yes, we probably should go and get some more help." So Jonathan was like, "Arena, I would like for you to go up into the room so you can stay safe. I'm going down there." So Arena said, "Please don't go, Jonathan. It's not your job to." So Jonathan says, "I got this." And Jonathan goes into the room. So he sees nothing wrong with it besides the two bodies. He says, I wonder how did they die." So Jonathan gets closer to the guy by the casket. And so Jay the butler says, "This is my time to strike." And so Jay says, "Grab the mask," because Jay still had the mask. It was in his he let his minion take the mask before he was fighting Jonathan and Dio and Stranzo and Tom Petty in Speedwagon, you could say. Best Boy Speedwagon. Anyway, so Jonathan says, I wonder what could have happened. Seriously, this is not normal. So the Wang Chang attacked and it scratched. Actually, no, he cut Jonathan's wrist, not the inside of it, the outside of it, and it wasn't deep. So he moved away and was like, "What is this?" And then he used Hormone Zoom Kick, and then kicks the Wang Chang to the wall, and then he runs over there and tries to punch him. Keeps punching. No, he keeps punching Wang Chang like boom, 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 boom. He says Hormone Zoom Kick, Hormone Zoom Punch, Hormone Zoom finger something. I don't know. He says a Hormone Zoom Finger, and then he pokes a hole where Wang Chang couldn't reach, and so he wraps his string around him because Wang Chang was leaking a string, and he wraps him around in it, and then he says "Hasta luego," boom, and then he kicks him out of the window, and so the mask drops out of his hand, and so that's the end of Wang Chang because he dead now. Zombies can't live in the ocean. Anyway, and also it's starting to become darks. Not dark. It's midday. So like in a couple of hours, Jay's gonna be basically immortal again because he's a vampire and he can be in the sunlight. Anyway, Jonathan says, Jay must be here. I need to hurry up and finish him before nighttime." And then Jay attacks him and attacks his back, and it goes and one of his and one of those the scaly part of like the pointy thing of the mask, it goes through Jonathan's throat. Not like it didn't go all the way deep in, but it poked it. He said, "What is this? I can barely speak now. What he? I got stabbed with the mask." And then Jay says, "Ha ha ha! You're really gonna die like this, Jonathan. You're going with your father." And then Dio's next, and Jonathan says, "But we killed you. How can you still be alive?" No time to talk. So Jonathan was like, "I need to think of something." So Jonathan throws the chair and a table at Jay the head, I should say. I don't know why I keep saying I should say. He throws the table and a chair, and Jay somehow dodges it because he was still in the air, and then he says, "Laser beam, boom!" And then the laser hits Jonathan's throat and his arm, like. And then Jonathan has a big hole in his throat. So Jonathan says, "No, this can't be Arena." And then he sees Arena at the corner of his eye. He says, with the last of his breath, he says, "Arena, get out of here." So Arena said, she was trying to say, okay, the person with the baby earlier, she somehow got lost from her husband, and then she got scared, so she stayed right around the area where Jonathan and Jay the butler were fighting, and now she was killed. Yeah, she was cut. And Jonathan says, "Please, Arena, get out of here and take that baby with you. I didn't even know she was here. She must have got caught up in my attack when I was throwing on my table and chair. Hopefully I didn't hurt her." So Arena says, "Please, Jonathan, you need to survive. I'll come back for you." But Jay says, "I don't think so. I don't even know this woman, but you're going down with Jonathan." So Jonathan gives the last of his strength. He uses he finds some long. He takes off the jacket out of one of the victims that Jay killed, and he throws it right at Jay, and then he wraps Jay's head over it, and then he pulls him next to him, and then Jonathan starts punching him, but his hormones not activated because he can barely breathe because of the throw in his because he got his whole throat cut in, so he can barely breathe, and he's just punching him for no reason. He's like, hormone punch, hormone punch, and so Jay says, "Wait, Jonathan, wait a minute, please don't hurt, stop it. You're wasting too much energy. We could both live if you let me take your body, please." And Jonathan grabs Jay's head and wraps it around him. It says, "I don't think so, Jay. The ship's going down with us." And so Jonathan says, "I'm sorry, everyone else on this boat. This has to be done. This will protect everyone in the world." So Jonathan, with the last of his hormone, throws the the coat that was from earlier. He unwraps it from Jay's head and throws it right at the one of the pipes controlling the ship, and then it starts to burst into flames. So Arena was walking, trying to get everyone off the ship, because everyone escaped on the boat besides her. And now the ship burst into flames, and then she had the baby in her hand, and she blew away like a little bit farther back onto the ship where Jonathan was. And she says, I need to check on Jonathan. There's no way I can reach from this side. Maybe there's another side I can reach from." And so Reyna walks all the way back to Jonathan. She says, "I know Jonathan defeated that dude." So Jonathan is now saying, "As long as I protected Arena, this is all that matters." And Jay says, "No, we can still survive. Jonathan, please. Please don't kill me. Please. I don't want to go out like this. Please." And Jonathan says, "Looks like we're going to." And Jonathan closes his eyes and sadly passes away. And he says, "I tried my best, Dio. I'm sorry. Farewell, Arena." And he dies. And so Jay was like, "God darn it, I can't reach him from here. If only there was another way." So Arena was like, "No, Jonathan." And so Jay the butler was like, "Oh man, how am I gonna get out of this?" So the ship started to flood in with water. So Arena was like, "Oh, Jonathan, no, please." And also she sees Jay's head. She sees Jay's head, and then she says, "Oh, you monster!" And then she kicks him out of Jonathan's arm, and he goes all the way by the casket. And he says, "This might be my chance." So Jay sticks on to the casket with his tongue. But Arena says, "I don't have any more time." And the baby, Elizabeth, that was crying in her hand, says, she doesn't say, she's just crying. And Jonathan is still dead. So Arena makes the sacrifice and says, "Farewell, Jonathan. Our baby will be alright." Because Arena was pregnant at the time. Because they've been doing weird stuff. Okay, so Jonathan, she lays Jonathan's body down and says, "Rest in peace," because she can't lift Jonathan's body into the casket. And so Arena goes inside the casket because it's somehow explosion proof. And just in the nick of time, she is saved by the casket, and the casket, I can't say it. And she's saved, and the boat explodes. Pew! And then she gets out of the casket and says, "Oh, what am I gonna do with this baby? It's crying. Does it even have food?" And Arena says, Don't worry, Jonathan. I'll keep living. When I get over to America, I'm gonna come back to England and then tell Dio what happened, and then we're gonna finish off. We're gonna finish off that head of the thing when we find him again. So Jonathan, his body is disintegrated because it burned. So it's all gone. So there's nothing remaining of Jonathan. So I'm gonna leave it off at that part, and that ends the story of part one of Dio's Phantom Blood. Dio lost his best friend Jonathan, who's been with him for years. So now we're going on to part two. It's called Dio Tendency. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you guys like spread the whole video, because I want like people to like my JoJo community to come together and watch all of my videos, and then I want all of my subscribers that are here. I know you guys are watching because you like my videos. Hopefully I haven't become boring or something. So hopefully you guys enjoy. And also, what else I'm gonna say? I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna remake a video. I'm gonna make a couple. I'm gonna make part 1 and 2. I'm gonna remake them tomorrow because they have a bad quality. And I said I was gonna remake them after I finish this part. So hopefully you guys watch the better version of part 1 of Dio Phantom Blood. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys tomorrow with those 2 videos.